right, people, we are back. Tankers Fantasy Football. We're going to give you some recent risers and fallers here, see where guys' stocks are ending up, where they might be trending. So we're going to kick it off. We're just going to go some, Ezekiel Elliott here. The lingering suspension, 6 games, looks like it might go through. But if for some reason he doesn't, this mid-second round could be the steal of your draft.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, somehow, some way, it gets reduced to like 3 or 4 games, or
even holds off to next season if you're in a redraft.
It's all Tom Brady. It goes to core. It goes off till next season. And if you're in a redraft, that is the golden fucking ticket right there in the second round if this thing goes to court. I mean, I don't know. I know the problem is right now is you're looking at it and you're looking at the handcuff price of Darren McFadden. He's going to the 7th pick in the 6th round, and that is
Which is insane.
That is the grossest thing.
We thought the 10th round last week was crazy. Now we're talking 6th to 7th round he's going in.
Yeah, so either you're drafting him as a severe Band-Aid for your team for 6 weeks, or you're just paying the piper to get you that Elliott handcuff. I mean, either way, that 6th round McFadden is absolutely gross. All right, Dalvin Cook, he's on the rise, going the first pick of the 3rd round, and another rookie on the rise is Christian McCaffrey, going in the 11th pick of the 2nd round. I mean, Fournette
slid to the 3rd rookie running back, and the foot issue is kind of scary, and Blake Bortles has not looked good whatsoever so far in preseason. I mean, Cook is looking to be the full-blooded workhorse every down back in Minnesota. McCaffrey has looked very spry so far here.
Yeah, McCaffrey has looked spry. J. Stu has not, but I myself would give that nod to Dalvin Cook over McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I mean, I just have to. I mean, I know that J. Stu is going to be around, still getting those carries, and the Panthers have never been one to really produce top-end running back fantasy production out there. I mean, when was the last time there was a sexy boy running back coming out of Carolina since Cam Newton's been in town? Nobody.
It had to be back when J. Stu and D'Angelo were both doing their thing.
D'Angelo lost his mind, but hell, that was about 8 or 9 years ago at this point. I mean, my goodness. I know I am a Christian McCaffrey believer, but I just think
the 2nd round is too much.
Yeah, it is.
Another guy who's absolutely... The ceiling has just been lifted. We're talking about Kareem Hunt with the Spencer Ware injury. This guy is going from 7th to 8th round to this guy is currently getting drafted in the last pick of the 3rd round on average. And for me, I would almost consider drafting Hunt over McCaffrey just for the sake of now that Hunt is the guy. At this point, if Ware it does end his season for surgery, there's absolutely no one possible to steal touches away from this guy.
I mean, yeah, what they got going on there? Charkandrick West hanging out, middle and bumming.
Still going undrafted.
Yeah,
this guy's value is nothing.
It's ridiculous. I mean, if you are looking to maybe throw a dart, get yourself some Charkandrick West, I guess, if you got last-ditch, big-time 14-team leagues going into that 20th round, I guess that's the type of guy you're looking for. But, yeah, Kareem Hunt's value is absolutely skyrocketed. It's almost getting a little bit unsavory. But if you're looking at these other backs that are going around him, I mean, how can you not like the upside, really?
I mean, you're looking at guys going around him, maybe like a Lamar Miller, like a Isaiah Crowell, like a Ty Montgomery. I mean, all those guys
have major question marks themselves.
You're talking about guys that, like a Lamar Miller, severely underproduced in every situation possible for him to be the man last year and did not. You're looking at Crowell, where it's just a flat-out bad football team. They're going to be down a lot.
Sometimes he just evaporates.
He can have 5 touches first drive and have 8 touchdowns the rest of or 8 touches total for the game.
Yeah, like if somehow you go into that second half and they're down 2 or 3 scores, and you're like, Crowell only touched the ball 2 or 3 times that whole second half. What the hell is going on?
Montgomery is getting scary. I feel like Jamal Williams is pushing up awfully hard on
Jamal Williams is pushing up. He did get some receiving yards, but he hasn't done very well at all as far as yards per carry go in the preseason. But I am a little bit afraid of Ty Montgomery. Like I said, I think at this point, definitely go Kareem Hunt over the likes of guys like Ty Montgomery.
Another guy who's somehow is losing his mind with the boards is Kelvin Benjamin. He's going in the 4th round right now. When he was going to 6th, 7th, maybe even sliding into the 8th if we're talking
like
a few weeks ago.
3, 4, 5 weeks ago, he was definitely going in that 7th, 8th round. I mean, this guy catches one touchdown pass in the preseason, and all of a sudden everybody's falling in love with him. I mean, he is getting to the point of unsavoriness into that early to mid 4th round. I mean, I wouldn't touch it.
No, I don't think you can. I mean, if you're looking at a few picks ahead of him, you're probably looking at Demaryius Thomas, and how are you going to pass up on that guaranteed production for a guy who's been overweight and is underproduced?
I mean, we're talking about receivers that are moving up the boards a little bit. We're talking about Devontae Parker going that 9th pick in the 5th round. I would much rather have a guy like Devontae Parker at that 9th pick in the 5th round than Kelvin Benjamin in the 4th pick of the 4th round, that's for sure.
Yeah, just recently is the first time where I've seen Devontae Parker's average draft position above Jarvis Landry.
Just a tick. Landry's
One
going
pick.
at 5'10", Parker at 5'9". I think it's rightfully so.
I mean, Parker's ceiling is absolutely off the charts. I feel like he is J-Rock's mold of a wide receiver. You could not have drawn it up any better. Jarvis Landry, they're talking about this guy maybe is holding back the offense the last
J-Rock came out and said Devontae Parker is like Alshon Jeffrey, but faster. I know he's probably kicking a little dirt in the Bears and Alshon Jeffrey's eyes there just by saying that a little bit because he's J-Rock and kind of a little prick bastard. But, you know, I mean, Devontae Parker is very talented. Like you said, they said that Landry was holding the offense back for 2 years. I mean, Jesus, members of your organization are saying things like that. That's some dark shit, man.
Possible trades for Landry.
I'm telling you, the Patriots weren't in the same division. I think Landry would already be a New England Patriot after that Edelman injury.
Oh, it's a perfect fit for him, man.
I think if they weren't in the same division, they would already be a thing.
Talking about the Edelman injury, you see a guy like Chris Hogan. He slid his way into the average draft position of the 8th, to the turn of the 8th and the 9th round. And for me, I'm really not a believer in Chris Hogan.
I just don't think there's really going to be a direct replacement for Edelman in that offense.
I mean, it's just going to be nothing but head scratching between him and Mitchell and Amendola.
I don't know. I think if anybody has to benefit from it, I think with Edelman out, they might be looking to run a lot more 2 tight end sets, and Dwayne Allen gets a lot more on the field time. I mean, he might start turning into maybe a bottom end tight end. Maybe he can sneak his ass into that top 12 tight ends, be a back end tight end 1 for you if he's looking to play a majority of snaps for the New England Patriots. I mean, I don't see why not.
And before the injury, they're already talking of James White looking to get more catches. And this guy,
I think that who would benefit, James White, and I think Dwayne Allen will be the main benefactor.
If you're looking at James White, this guy's going double-digit rounds, and he's been last year finished in the top 3 in running backs in receiving yards and receptions.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think Chris Hogan or Amendola necessarily have the mold and to step in and take over a guy like Edelman's shoes. So I think it's going to be kind of a mixed bag out there. And I think guys like Dwayne Allen and maybe some running backs like James White, maybe sprinkle in a little Deion Lewis now and again, get the majority of the sharehold from these, like 90, 100 catches that Edelman is looking to leave on the field.
Oh, you're losing 100 targets.
Yeah, over. You're probably losing 130 targets, 140 targets. I mean, guys catching triple digits damn near every year.
Now let's talk about some other injuries that happened. I mean, if we're looking at Cameron Meredith, I mean, obviously it looked like he was going to be maybe a high-end wide receiver 3, possible back-end wide receiver 2, just because he's the only guy.
Fucking Bears.
Even with this said, I don't know if you can truly get on board with anyone Chicago Bears except for Jordan Howard.
All this means to me is do not draft any Bears wide receivers. I mean, I'm talking, this is gross, Bears. My goodness, how can you get behind? Kevin White is a bum. I mean, my goodness. My goodness, I mean, this is crazy.
Not even a dart play.
I feel better about Kendall Wright, and that is gross, and you're not looking to draft Kendall Wright either. I'm just saying that's how bad the Bears receivers are. This has gone into the ways of the dark, and when it went into the ways of the dark last year for the Bears, when we were talking about Matt Barkley out there clanging and banging, Jordan Howard's numbers were very sexy.
I feel like Jordan Howard owners, I mean, you got to be in love with it.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking, like the more they're just going to have to totally just lean on that run game, because it looks to me that the Bears defense is going to be good enough maybe this year to hold down these teams, so we might not necessarily have to abandon the fucking run as early as we. I don't know. The Bears looking tough.
They're front seven. They're front
David
seven.
Johnson out there. Bears looking fucking fierce.
Preseason.
Oh, well.
Their secondary's bad.
What the fuck ever. Looking tough.
All right, we talked about the Edelman injury, the Ware injury. I mean, we're talking injuries. I'm saying if Andrew Luck is not looking to play week one, potentially a couple weeks, I think everything Colt is taking a hit. You're looking at T.Y. This guy is getting drafted in the 3rd round now. And T.Y., a month ago, we're talking locked in top 15 pick.
I mean, I know if Andrew Luck doesn't play, you're going to have to suit up T.Y. no matter what out there for your fantasy squad, unless somehow, some way you got some magical, sexy deluxe bench play, which is, I know, it's not really likely.
Maybe you got a Devontae Parker a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe you drafted early. Maybe you got out there and got a sexy with a guy like Devontae Parker on your bench. And if that's the case, go ahead and start him
at least until Luck is back.
But T.Y. is the only one on the offense that I would even consider giving the nod to without Andrew Luck. I mean, there's no way in hell you can start guys like Moncrief without Luck out there.
Jack Doyle?
Even Dad Runner, I mean, my goodness, if you got any... I mean, Dad Runner is a borderline startable tight end as it is with Andrew Luck. So, I mean, you can take Andrew Luck out of the equation. I think you got to sit the old Dad Runner for sure.
I was talking about a guy, not necessarily injury, but we're talking Matt Forte. There's been talk that if they're going to try and trade him, and if they don't trade him, they might even look to release Matt Forte. And if that is the case, I think Bilal Powell has legitimate back-end RB1.
I mean, how can he fucking not? I mean, we saw what happens when they got nothing else going and Bilal Powell's in the game. That one game got like, 13 fucking balls?
Anunwa is the only other skilled position that was getting drafted for the Jets. He's out for the year.
We're talking Robbie Anderson, who's looked very lackluster out there.
And we're talking Robbie Anderson is the number one guy. And he's like getting drafted in like the 15th round.
Powell went out there and fucking ripped one off. He had like 4 catches for 110 yards and a tutty. Had over 4 yards of carry on the ground in the 3rd preseason game. I'm talking if they do cut ties with Matt Forte, we could be I mean, I don't see any way. If Bilal Powell stays healthy, I don't see any fucking way we're not talking about top 10, top 12 PPR running back Bilal Powell. I'm serious.
It's crazy, but I believe it too. I mean, what? This is a
fucking toot the Bilal Powell. I mean,
this is a historically
all fucking in here.
We're talking New York Jets 2017 season, historically awful offense. They might set career low passing records across the board.
But it's not like they got to save a guy like Bilal Powell for the future. I mean,
he's 28.
I mean, he's old. I mean, you know, he's hanging out. He's been there for years. You know, he's not they don't necessarily view him as the future or a sexy deluxe guy. You know, he's just kind of a stopgap. And if we're talking about a stopgap, that means the usage could just pile up. They're not saving him for nothing.
300 touches.
Whoa, baby! If that, man, goodness. I mean, if Forte's gone, I'm talking catching 70 balls. Let's go. Let's fucking do it. Let's fucking go, Bilal Powell. Fucking serious. Who wants that X? 70 balls, Bilal Powell.
Pounding tables.
Pounding tables, machos down, bushwhack, Beetlejuice fucking on their ass. All for Bilal Powell right now. I'm serious. It's getting sexy. I mean, if they cut Matt Forte, this could get very sexy very fast.
Dude, there's been...
I mean, if they cut Matt Forte, we'd be talking about Powell. I mean, if drafts still haven't happened, they were talking about
4th round, maybe.
3rd. I mean, if dudes like Kareem Hunt is going into the 3rd.
I mean, he's younger, but still. And where's Powell going now? About the 6th round?
We're talking redraft. I mean... My goodness.
3rd round, Powell, man.
3rd round, Powell. Easily 4th round. No way around it, 4th round.
Oh, yeah.
The Forte's let go. We got some Powell in Big Money League. I got some Powell in the Listening League. Speaking of Listening Leagues, we got a Listening League coming up tonight, baby. 8 p.m. Central Time. Be there, man. We're going to get it sexed down for you out there.
We'll be looking forward to it.
That first one was tough.
It was.
One probably just as tough.
We're looking forward to it there. We got to see what you guys got. Don't listen to too much of this stuff, though, today, because we might try and sneak some of these guys.
Us. Always stealing my info out there.
All right. Make sure you subscribe if you have not already. If you enjoyed the show, please give us a thumbs up. It is much appreciated. Leave us a comment because we do love talking to you guys. We do get enjoyment out of it.
We do, baby. Just hit that subscribe button. We'll get you sexy all season long.
All right. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next time.
Oh.